The trip feels harrowingly long as you're making your way. The people around you on the streets, almost as if sensing that there's something not quite right, give your group a bit of a berth, give you personal space as they're going. Elizabeth kind of stays at the very heart of the group, making sure she's surrounded on all sides by all of you, head always down.
Elizabeth, what do you want to tell your parents?
She stops for a moment. You're on the bridge right now overlooking the waters running through the city. It's about noon at this point. What? And she looks over at you. She looks like she didn't quite catch that.
What do you want to tell them, if anything?
I don't know.
That's between her and them.
Yeah, I'll figure it
She
out.
she just needs rest. Let her process this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before you go into your home,
Hmm?
I ask one thing for you, Elizabeth.
What's that?
Please don't fully blame yourself.
Hmm.
Be strong and hang around those who care for you.
And remember,
Remember who you are.
and
You're
remember
not a
that
monster.
was then and this is now.
And we are going to help you and we're going to stop Murasan. No
He
matter
doesn't
what.
I hope you do.
You have my word. And if not, I'd die trying. Now go to your family. You definitely need it.
Right. She sort of rushes through the group and sort of make your way the rest of the way. You finish crossing the bridge, and soon enough you're standing before her home again, and without a word she breaks away from the group and heads up and steps inside and closes the door behind her.
You should talk to Aaron's there. Tell what happened.
Yes. He would need to know.
I'll keep an eye out here in case anything happens.
Thanks,
It probably
Rocket.
would be best that somebody sticks around just in case something.
Especially if a certain someone.
Alright then. It's settled. I inform what's happened. Rocket stays on guard. The rest of you is up to you what you want to do.
I think I'll stay here with Rocky, actually.
I think I will too.
Yeah,
I-
same. I'm not exactly keen on being away from the majority of the group right now. And that's Mika, and she looks very shaken.
You alright?
I was expecting to see a lot of things. Not that.
Sometimes I hate it when we're right.
He sort of presses up against you for comfort. All right.
Go, Alice. We have things here.
Indeed.
All right.
He puts her arm around Mika.
All right.
There.
All right. So we'll go ahead and follow Alicier specifically for the time being. Alicier, you make your way through the streets for a while. It's fairly quiet out, but not too worrying. Eventually, you come upon Aronzier's home, and you knock, and a few seconds later, you see Aronzier's wife there. Oh, Alicier, you're back.
Yes. Is Ensir in?
He's always in. Is
That's good.
something the matter?
Yes. I need to talk to him. It's about Elizabeth. It's important.
All right. Is the deer doing all right?
She had better days, but I think she's gonna be okay.
Right. Aaron's wife leads you further in, and eventually leads you into another room. Not the same study as the last few times, but a different one. Just a different room in general. Looks to just be a plain old seating room. There's a fireplace against the wall, and Aaron's sitting in a chair next to the fireplace, kind of looking at it. And he looks up as you step inside. Alicier, you're back. Where are the others?
By Elizabeth's place at the moment. How are you holding up?
Shaken, but surviving. What happened? I assume you've gone to see Lazard?
Yes. The good news is we know what's up with Elizabeth, but it's also the bad news. I'm afraid it's confirmed that it was the same mage Moa-san that we came across is involved with this.
And what did this Murasan individual do?
Used all her pain, all of her despair, and turned her into something that she was beyond control. She killed all the vulgar, but also attacked Crossroads. But it wasn't her fault. She had no control over it. It was all Morasan's doing. And I fear that his business with her isn't over yet.
Well then, what do you intend to do?
I am intending to help her with as best I can, and also bring an end to Morasan and his divine master once and for all.
Going after a god, huh? That's a pretty lofty goal, Alicier, but I can't say I blame you.
Well, if I don't try and my friends, who else will?
I don't know. Crazy people? Just keep her safe, alright? Until we can know that all of this is over and that he won't be coming for her again, keep her safe. If it were within my power, I'd stand watch day and night myself. But his fingers kind of curl around the walking stick next to his chair and he sort of thumps it angrily against the floor. I can't even stand of my own volition without aid anymore. It's out of my hands.
Don't worry. I will not fail. After all, I have been taught by the best.
I suppose so. Just be careful, alright? And don't make the same mistakes I did.
I will try. I promise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you rest up and take it easy, and leave all the heavy lifting to me and my friends.
As if I have a choice.
And may we meet again in better time.
How long are you and your friends planning on staying?
I try to stick around as long as I can, but I feel like the longer we stay here, the more of Mosan's plans are put into motion. And who knows what his god is up to as well.
Well, do whatever you must, then. And good luck.
Thanks. Hope to see you soon.
Likewise. I assume you're taking
Then I
your leave?
walked out.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Right. You take your leave. Back with everyone else. You're standing out in front of Elizabeth's home. It's quiet. You get the occasional odd look from passerby, but no one's bothering you. And Elizabeth hasn't come out, and nothing else of note has happened. Mika is still staying pressed up close to Nee for comfort.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
when I use my powers, do I scare you?
Not really.
Nope.
The first time's a little bit, but I got used to it.
The only time I ever came close was back in Kazakhstan. I'm sure you remember exactly there.
If I
But
didn't,
that's what we're here for, to snap you out of your little...
so if I never met you guys, do you think I could have ended up like that?
Truthfully, it's what Kai's tried. Had he taken your body, you would have been. That was on him, not you. No, no more than it's on her. And when I find Murasan, I'll do more than break his nose next time.
We'll just make sure we're careful about it next time we see him. We might be a little stronger now than we were, but you said it yourself. We shouldn't engage. I don't think we're strong enough to even remotely challenge him yet.
Not yet.
Maybe not. But we can't sit by and let him do that to her again.
What do we do about her? It's still Vitea, but I don't feel like leaving yet.
We can't leave like this.
I don't know where we go from here. I mean, aside from making sure she's alright, it's not like we can sit by as wardens while Diablos and Murasan keep working in the shadow.
Definitely a bit of a bind, huh?
I know it feels like we can't do anything, but I have this. It's like Alicier said. I have a feeling Murasan's not done with her.
We could always ask what she wants, and maybe if she wants to come with us.
That could be an option, I suppose.
I don't think coming with us and going closer to Diablos would be something she'd want, especially after what she just saw.
There's no right answer here, but if she did come with us, one, we'd be able to keep an eye on her and help her work through it, and two, might give her a chance to, I don't know, get back at him.
You are starting to cut out and go robot something serious.
Do you at least get what I said?
I didn't hear most of it. I'm sorry.
Am I still roasted?
You're a bit robotic, but I managed to hear what you were
It's
saying.
a little worse for me though.
Give me a moment.
Bad time for connection issues.
See if that does it. What
Alright.
I said was, if she comes with us, we can potentially keep an eye on her, work through it, and also might give her a chance for some catharsis in getting back at her son and his boss. And yeah, redemption.
Maybe. Let's let her have some peace for right now.
Still, he tried to turn her into a weapon against us, specifically us.
We
Showing,
need to focus on protecting her.
I don't think at least one of us should keep keeping watch, just in case, at least until she's ready to decide the
Give him
next
something
move.
to ask and he learns, he may send his men after.
I have. Nee, you said that back when she attacked Aranzir, she looked like she was having somebody whisper at her.
Yeah, I did notice that, and we saw in that vision he could speak to her over long distances. And that was when she tried to attack, like in that vision where he influenced her to attack your projection by playing on her feelings.
That makes me think that he's still watching her.
Oh, that's unsettling.
I don't suppose. I know you can detect magic, but I don't suppose there's any way to trace or otherwise block that kind of thing.
There are ways, there are spells, but I don't know any of them yet. The only one I have is my ability to detect magic. That doesn't let me stop spells from coming in.
Maybe perhaps Lazard can put wards on her mind, perhaps?
Would that fall under a time mage?
Yeah, it would. I mean, it's a bit more abstract. Usually wards go on physical things, but, maybe he could try?
Just some type of protection for her mind?
Maybe.
Or maybe a few fail saves like he was talking about.
If she wants to stay here rather than come with us, that would make me feel a little better about leaving her here.
Yeah, but coming with us isn't much safer.
It's either way.
Is it about
That-
this time we'll say that Alicier's coming back?
How'd it go?
It's shaken, but I informed him. Anything happened while I was gone?
No, but we're thinking of ways you might be able to ward her against future influence. Like Marasan spoke to her, I'm pretty sure, back there. And she attacked Erinzir. She did it.
I've certainly got a few things going on in my mind, which I don't know what is the best option anymore.
I think for now, it'd be best to give her some time. And whatever she decides after that is up to her.
Indeed. I was
I'm-
thinking of heading somewhere else to talk more about it, just in case she unintentionally hears us, since we're quite close to her house, but I'm a bit worried of, being a bit far from the house. Just in case.
Well, one of us should stay here, keeping an eye on any unwelcome visitors. The rest of us can swap out and head back to the tavern for some rest. I'm going to head back and see if I can catch up with Lazard and inquire about those wars.
I'm sticking an
enough.
eye out, keep an eye out for the king's men.
You know what?
What?
That is actually a good idea from the... I think we should take turns of watching over.
Well, not all of us want to fall asleep on the job, Alistair.
I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep with what I've seen.
You should at least try.
Yes.
But no,
Mira-san's
good to
going
her.
to pay.
Please try, but no good to her, tired. Alright, I'm heading up to talk to Lazard. See if we can't figure something out. The rest of you should get some rest. I'll be back soon.
Alright.
Well, how late is it?
We'll say about 1 in the afternoon at this point.
So, not night yet.
No, not even close.
Hmm.
Hold up a second.
Thanatos.
Hold up just a second. I am bringing our tokens onto the city map because the party's splitting up. So
Okay.
I want to be able to track everyone's locations. So give me just a moment.
Hey, Okay. Hey, Thanatos.
Hmm.
Should we grab a drink?
All this we've dealt with, and you want to grab a drink.
I just need one or two to settle me down a bit. I now understand the purpose of alcohol, as long as you don't go overboard with it.
Give me a second. Getting rid of the health bars and shit because those are like distracting.
Yeah, they're like little line squares.
Stairs. Alright, and last one. Da-da-da. Alright, everyone park yourselves where you're wanting to go.
Yeah, when I get back, Rocket, I sure to give you some actual greens for your lookout duty.
Okay.
I'm going to have Mika go with Knee because magic and shit.
And because she just can't stay away from her knee.
She's very disturbed right now. She wants the comfort of a significant other. Alright, where are the rest of you going? Put yourselves where you want.
I
I
guess
guess
we're
this is
going
the inn.
to the tavern to get a
Yeah,
drink.
number 6 is
Because-
and Rocket is standing guard.
Yep.
Okay. We'll do Knee and Mika first.
Because that's probably
That
going to be
makes
the most interesting of
Indeed.
Alright, so Knee and Mika, you return to the castle. As you're approaching the guards out front, briefly come forward as if to stop you, but they recognize you from earlier, like, oh, more business?
Yes, to do with what we did earlier as a kind of follow-up. It's a lot.
Alright, just don't cause any trouble. Let's go through without an issue. And you worm your way through the halls for a little bit before eventually you arrive at Lazard's place again. And you actually see now he's out in front talking to his Mithra secretary, and he looks up as you're arriving. Oh, you're back. I wasn't expecting that.
We managed to get Elizabeth home. She's resting and probably crying into a pillow. But we figured there was more we could do.
That's so. How do you figure?
Before we came here, one of the big tells that Murasan was behind it. It looked almost like he was talking into her ear. It continued to influence her. We were wondering if that's the case, if you had any wards or spells that could prevent outside communication from a long distance mentally.
I could try. I certainly could. But there are limits to that. The main warding spell I know, while infinitely more flexible in terms of general application than a black ward or white ward, is still limited in what it can do, and there is a risk if I try to completely ward Elizabeth's mind from outside influences. It's possible that, as I said earlier, the mind is a very fickle thing. Very easy for something to go wrong, and it is infinitely easier to break something than it is to fix it, so if anything were to go wrong in applying such a ward to her mind, if anything were to cause any damage, there would be nothing I could do to reverse that damage. The past is set. It's the present and future we try to change.
Any other suggestions?
Honestly, the only things I can think of are she would have to try and resist it on her own. The body does come with natural resistances to unwanted influences, and if she can identify that that's not something she wants, she can try and force it out. And now that she knows that this Murasan individual is a legitimate threat, and not someone she should trust, it should be easier for her to discard anything he tries to say to her. Of course, if he decides to appear before her in person, then things get more complicated.
You know what he looks like. Can you give a general description to the city guard?
I can, yes, but it seems like he has the ability to teleport, and that would make matters very difficult for them to even approach. I'll bring it to their
Still-
attention. I'll bring it to the attention of the captain, though. Of that, you have my word.
Tell them no. At least he won't be able to walk around with impunity. Well, we'll talk with her about it when she's in a more stable state. Thanks for your time anyway.
And then he glances over at Mika, and you've been strangely quiet. Are you just tagging along, or is there anything you'd like to add to this? Mika kind of jumps in her skin a bit and then kind of sheepishly chuckles.
Sorry, just a lot on my mind right now. Do you happen to rent any books out of your study?
That laugh is in character.
Lazard raises an eyebrow, and I'm going to have Mika roll a negotiation check.
Mika, go on.
Her second biggest comfort, books.
She's talking to himself.
She's talking to himself. Yeah, kind of. All right. 9.
Voice act.
9.
Voice acting. Okay, so Lazard just kind of raises an eyebrow for a moment before going, "No, that's not something I typically do."
Oh, okay.
There are a few big libraries deeper in the town. We're all about exchanging knowledge in this city, so I'm sure you could check there.
Yeah, but, I mean, those libraries don't make your senses go all...
Now, you see, that is a fair point, but my decision stands.
Damn.
I'll buy you a book on time magic at some point.
Eh.
I'm actually checking her inventory now. Oh yeah, she has a book on blue magic and a book on black magic.
I'd
She had
appreciate
the
it.
book on blue magic. I bought it.
Yeah. You bought that shit for her. Then she got the book on black magic before rejoining the party back in chapter 2, or 3, rather.
She tried to make me read it.
Shall that be all?
I think so. Again, thank you.
All right. Okay, and so you depart. Once you're in Rocket, you're standing vigilant watch outside of Elizabeth's house.
Yep.
A few people kind of stop to stare at the oddity that is a cyborg chocobo, but more often than not move on when you look their way because you've got a big old red eye. But outside of that, it's not a whole lot going on. It's pretty quiet.
Okay.
All right. Although, roll me a d6, please. Just one.
Oh god.
Don't roll bad. Please don't roll
Please
bad.
don't be a 1. Don't
Please
be a
don't
1
be a 1.
again.
One is
Because
the
we
worst.
haven't fought her yet, and she hasn't really reverted. But
Five.
that picture Tim showed us looked unfortunately like a battler sprite.
Well, what's for 5?
5? Well, let me tell you this. If it was a 1, I would be very disappointed, but it's a 5, and so I am very happy.
Okay.
I don't know how to take this.
Can it be a 1?
PM means we're in for a world of hurt.
All right, so, Rocket.
Yeah.
As you're just kind of standing there, hanging out, keeping an eye on things, you then, you look out for a bit, and then you hear,
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh.
Yes.
oh no.
Okay. I'm fine with it.
yep, and
Lighten the mood.
yeah. You turn around and look, and you see you see an Elvon woman, and by her side, oh Jesus Christ! I zoomed all the way out. I didn't want to do that. You see an Elvon woman, and by her side, you see what appears to be like an 8-year-old Elvon little boy who's just staring at you with wide eyes.
Aw. Hello.
Mama can talk! Yes, it absolutely can do that. What the hell?
Flashback to Marasu intensify.
A good callback.
The kid then kind of just breaks away from his mom and comes running up. But, hey! She's scuttling after him, but he's a fast little bugger. He comes sliding to a stop right in front of you and looks up.
Whoa. Say something funny.
Something funny.
The mom catches up at this point.
How are you doing that?
Don't worry, it's alright. I ain't gonna do nothing. It's Magitech.
Yeah, you do have magic parts sticking out of you. How'd you get all this? It's so cool.
It's complicated.
What's complicated mean?
The mom looks down at him and says,
It means you probably won't get it. But I wanna.
An organization took me from my herd when I was but a chick. And
I briefly want to interject here. Quick reminder, you were actually fully grown when they took you.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you were not a hatchling or a chick. You were full grown.
Okay.
Also, try not to traumatize the poor kid with the gritty details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see here. And then, so after a second, the mother kind of clears her throat and is like,
So do you belong to someone, or?
No, I have a group that I travel around with, but right now I'm protecting a friend.
That's so.
the kid starts sort of hopping in place.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
Mommy,
I
can
try
I
my
write?
best.
Mommy, can I write it?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't give rides right now. I'm standing guard.
Oh,
Maybe later.
can you bring some friends?
The mom's like,
Oh, if your mother says it's okay, it's really up to her. She's in charge. You gotta listen to her, okay?
Aww. But she doesn't let me eat chocolate every day. Yes, because you'll get fat and tubby and roll right down the hill. That sounds like fun. Is it fun when you trip and bonk your nose on the pavement? Well, no, and there you go.
One day you'll be interested in picking up girls, and you'll want to be fit. Trust me.
Ew, girls have cuties.
You won't think that when you're older. Trust me.
the mom sort of blushes visibly.
I think we're going to go now.
Alrighty.
and takes the kid's hand and this
Have a
guy,
good day.
You too. What the fuck just happened?
and she's guiding her kid away.
That was beautiful.
Rocket Adventures.
Yeah, a little throwback.
Yeah.
And give Rocket something to do. It's been a while since Rocket's had a scene to herself, so
The kid who wants to ride the bird.
Rocket is a hit with the kids.
all right.
Everyone
Yeah.
All right, and now, at the Inn and Tavern, Alicier and Thanatos, proceed.
All right, Alicier. We've had some tough times today. But tonight, I'm going to introduce you to one of my best friends in the world. Whiskey.
At least it's not water.
I can't help but think we've corrupted Alistair over the course of our journey.
You say corruption, I say broaden his horizon.
Just don't turn him into another Thanatos.
I mean,
I don't
considering
think that
he's a
will ever
paladin and I'm
happen.
a dark knight, and they're literally two complete opposites. That would be a chore.
Worst case scenario, I get total shit faced, not become Thanatos.
I mean, it took quite a while to make me, so I don't think that's going to be possible.
About 20 minutes in a creaky bed, and then 9 months of waiting, and then there you go. Then you were made.
Risky, you say?
Not quite what I meant, but sure. So, I take it.
At least you know how you're made. I still don't fucking know.
So, taking a bottle and a shot glass, I pour him a shot. Drink.
I'm just gonna go ahead
Not
and
cider, but screw it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and subtract 40 from the group skill for that. So you're down to 907, Gil. Pardon me.
Nah, just
There's a kick to it.
and that's what makes it so good.
You say so. So.
Come on, have another.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we'll drink this one together. Just shove it back.
Mm-hmm.
I say on 3. 1,
2,
3.
3.
Okay.
Oh. You know what?
That's the good stuff. I'll give one thing to this city. It may be big and full of goody two-shoes, but it's got a good drink to it.
You only had 2 shots, and you're already stammering.
Are you sure you're okay?
Well, he's had 2 shots. You have no idea how many Thanatos has had so far.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Just as a heads up, on the next one, I will start necessitating force checks from Alicier.
I'm sure Thanatos has had so much that even he doesn't know how much he's taken.
As he says, I'm being a slouch. Hey. Okay then, Mr. Cocky. How about we up the stakes a bit?
Ooh.
I'm listening.
We both have our own bottle and see who can drink the most until
Oh,
they pass out.
you are so fucked.
Now,
Oh, no.
Alistair, I was taught never to bully a fellow man. But if you insist on it, I can't be responsible for what happens to you, buddy boy.
Oh, I'm certainly not going to cower out of a challenge.
Are you guys at the bar or at a table?
Bar.
The bartender is nearby, a tall Gulka man, and he sort of looks over here having this discussion, kind of smirks. You know, it'd probably be a bit more on the fair side if you were both totally sober going in.
True, but then again, he claims to have an iron stomach and can handle his drink. I think it would be more entertaining, don't you think? To see who could beat him.
Yeah, up to you. Have fun. He kind of goes
Alright,
and
then.
he grabs like a bagel and just starts nomming on it while watching with interest.
2 of your finest bottles. Since this one's almost gone.
All right, that'll be another 80 gil for both bottles. Okay. So the group is down to 827 gil now.
I feel like, out of character, I feel like Mika or Nee is going to see all the guild that they've spent on
Booze.
drinks and going to just
Oh,
give
don't
a
do that.
smack upside the head.
What's our overall guild again?
827.
actually,
Motherfuckers.
well, I was gonna say. Oh, by the way, Thanatos, don't you worry. Our guild is nothing here. I may have a little of allowance, but only emergency. And I guess this is an emergency since we've been dramatized.
Oh, so we're using Alice's parents' money. Fine.
I earned it. I didn't get it for free, I can assure you that.
Sure, they will feel the exact same way
I'm sure.
when they see the bill.
So, Mr. Goody Two Shoes Paladin, ready to eat your words?
Okay, so
Go on the
I'm
floor.
gonna go. Okay, so just for purposes, I'm going to go ahead and roll 1d4 times 50 as the amount of gil acquired from the allowance that Alicier's talking about. That's not quite a. But okay, well, whatever. 200 gil for the allowance. So
200, yep.
So you guys are up
Yeah,
to
I say he only
1,027.
takes. I say he only takes out a bit of it. The rest of it just saves up for emergencies, or his parents would kill him.
Right. Okay, so you guys are doing. You're basically contesting here.
Yes.
Okay, so for purposes,
Anyway.
this will be a best 2 out of 3 contest in terms of force checks to hold down your liquor. So you have to win 2 out of 3 contests of opposing force checks. So first force check whenever you are ready, and you have like and you're getting some attention as you're doing this.
Well, to counter Thanatos' words of threats,
What are you? You're
ready to do the flop, Mr. Edge Knight.
Flop. Everybody do the flop.
Yep.
out of curiosity, what are each of your force skills? What number?
Resist.
No,
I guess be
force.
resistant to the alcohol.
No. What is your
Give me
force,
force.
Alistair?
Oh, my force is 4. The last time yep, it's still 4. -5. Oh, fuck it.
Yep.
Minus
Thanatos is 5. Although because you have been drinking already, I will impose a -1 penalty on that.
on me or him?
You, Thanatos.
You know, I don't know why I'm getting
you.
flashbacks.
You've been drinking already. You're at a slight disadvantage. It makes sense.
Why do you think? Why do you
I
think
have-
Alicier is promoting it?
I have experience, motherfucker.
Yes.
That's-
But
If
you
anything,
still-
they'll give me a bonus.
No, that's not how that works.
Anyway, why am I getting flashbacks of Lord of the Rings extended scene with Gimli and Legolas?
All right.
I think it's happening. I feel
Alistair, roll.
something.
13.
Okay.
All right.
Alright. Rolling force?
Force.
Force it is.
It's up to RNG's.
4 force.
Let's see if he's strong with the force. Probably not.
12.
Eh.
All right.
I win.
Okay, so in this first contest, Thanatos and Alicier on the count of 3, you throw down your shots. It goes down. It burns on the way, and Thanatos, you're like, oh yeah, and then and Alicier, it kind of kicks you in the teeth a little bit. Your stomach kind of goes, "Eh, what the hell, man?" as it's coming down. but
Is bacon for some reason.
My mother always said to keep my body like a temple, but tonight I will beat this dark knight.
keep your body like a temple, except when drinking against a dark knight. Then it's a whorehouse. All right. So your stomach kind of groans a little bit, but you think you can still go a little while.
And
Ready for another one?
2.
and here we
Round
go.
2.
Here
Drink.
we go again. Fuck.
Oh no.
Fuck it!
Well,
All right.
2 out of 3.
All right. So this time, Alicier, you're like, you sort of brace yourself, like, and when you throw it back, you're more prepared for it this time. Your stomach is still like, dude, stop it! I cannot handle.
Stop.
But then,
What is that accent?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
love it.
Oh my
Here we go,
god.
1-for-1. Seems we got ourselves a standoff.
But
All
but
right.
Thanatos, as you're taking it in, you feel your stomach really complaining. And you kind of like
Shut up,
you sort
stomach.
of sway on the table, over, like grabbing onto the bar and righting yourself. Gonna slap your face a few times.
Thanatos, If Thanatos loses it, he's never going to live it down.
Last
If I
round.
lose,
Last
because
round.
my
Word of
DM
advice, word of
away my
advice.
advantage.
Word of advice, my edgy friend. Drink what you want. Drink what you're able. But put a drink with me, I'd drink you under the table.
All right.
All right.
Last round.
Roll,
Winner
Alistair.
take all.
Roll.
Right. Let's go. Shit.
10.
Oh,
All right.
You'll be a 10.
He beat it.
Oh, okay.
I
All
am
right.
still the champion.
you are still the champion, yes. Oh. All right.
The bar.
All right. So,
The water owns your ass.
so, Alicier, you throw down the last of the drinks along with Thanatos, and you set your glasses down, kind of stare at each other for a second, and your stomach after a second is like, screw this, man, and your vision just kind of blurs, and you're like, eh,
I'm getting back to the
shit.
future vibes.
Can we say it's at
and you
this
pass
moment-
out, and you pass out and fall to the ground.
Yes, just like that scene from
Can
Back
we
to the
say it's at
Future.
this moment that Nian...
The Dark had his first drink, and then he just freaking went...
Sure. At this point, Nee and Mika are walking in, but one more thing happens. Thanatos is kind of looking down at Alicier, sprawled out on the floor now, unconscious, like, take that.
No. I got it. So, seeing his enemy down in defeat, he will jump up on top of the counter while Mika and Nee are walking in the door, and throwing his arms up and says, "I am the champion." And falls on.
And then you
And-
immediately pass out, yeah.
Yeah.
Ni looks at Thanatos, looks at Alicier, back to Thanatos, down to Mika. Did I look like that?
A little?
And the only bit of movement you see from Alicier is a shaking middle finger. And then flop.
And
A nice bit of levity, assumably to end a depressing session.
Indeed. One last thing before I call out the rocket. How long are you planning on staying there?
As long as it takes.
Until Ni comes to swap out because these two idiots come.
All right. Well then.
So I'll say probably when the sun sets, Ni's gonna come and replace Rocket as watch.
All right. Do we want to keep going and do that, or do we want to cut the session here? I'm fine either way.
End the session here, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to
It's
go?
a funny moment. Let's leave it on a
Oh.
strong note.
Okay. All right.
All is cool.
oh, one more thing.
One more thing.
Is Nee and Mika dragging them to the room?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Or into the
While
gun.
Nee is probably carrying Thanatos over her shoulder. It just while he's still kind of passed out, kind of
I know
conscious.
where this is going.
It's like, Nee,
I'm
Yes.
tired, I want to go home.
do you think Kyle would go out with me?
No.
If you ask her when you're sober, probably.
Hey,
Buddy, I'm tired, I want to go
I-
home. Just the women.
can you tuck me in? Nee?
No. With that, Ni's just going to throw him onto the bed and turn off the light, close the door, leave.
And with that, we will end this session of Chronicles of Eno. So,
Okay.
thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in to our weekly shenanigans. I enjoyed myself here very much, and we will see you next time when our party figures out what to do next with this harrowing and very depressing situation with Elizabeth. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, well, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Don't
Yeah.
drink at tabletop.
Don't
One of
drink
these
at table.
One of these days, I dethrone the Edge Knight.
Never,
One day, maybe.
never.